Hello everyone, my name is Ishmael Carbajal. I'm 40 years old and I am a sophomore here at Wayland Baptist. I'm married 16 years to my beautiful wife, and we have four beautiful children, 15, 13, 11, and a 20-month-old. So yes, our little surprise, our bundle of joy. Well, just when we thought it was over, here goes another 18 years. No, just kidding. It's a great experience to be a father and a husband, and family is probably not even probably, it's the number one thing for us, number one thing for me. You know, when we look at this, coming back to school was was tough. It's very tough. It's tough because growing up, I I didn't care for school. It's not something that I was ever good at. I didn't like speaking in front of people. At my best growing up, I was a C student, and that was at my best. And so going to college and just doing that, it's a very big step. It's very self rewarding. Um, I feel good about myself. Um, I know I'll make my family proud, and anytime I get a chance to coach young individuals, it's something that I like to do. And working with youth, working with kids, and just really telling them, letting them know that it can be done. And even if C's your best, if that's all you got, that's all we ever want is our best. And so coming to school, even just taking this class, it's huge. It's huge for me personally, and it's huge for the family because of the opportunities that this is going to create for us. Professionally, I'm a branch manager for electrical distribution company. Um, there's probably about, I want to say about 2,000 employees. It's a 100% employee-owned organization. Um, and another reason for going to school is that upper management, our regional VP, who's my boss, my direct report, he let me know that, of course, that it was very important that I get my college degree, I get a bachelor's, and he stated that if I wanted to move up within the organization, that it was something that I was going to have, and that not that me not having one would stop that, but as long as I continued my education, working toward that goal, those opportunities would be there for us. And so that's why I'm continuing my education, and I really believe it'll probably be about another 3 to 4 years before I have my bachelor's, but I'm going to get it. And after that, I plan to get my master's and move to Hawaii, Oahu, and so I should be there in about 10 to 15 years. Um, Next, I would have to say that past experiences in public speaking. Here a few years ago, I'd say about 3.5 years ago, we were having a regional meeting, and there were maybe 10 to 15 branches or branch managers and operations and a few corporate folks were going to be there, and it was very nerve-wracking. The So basically, I think we even met in San Antonio, and we met there, and that next morning, you know, we were in the conference room, and I guess it was all set up. The tables were set up kind of like in a big U, and then, you know, there was a podium, and I was just even having an anxiety, even though we were just sitting at our chair. When it was coming around, you know, you really didn't know what to say, and our pronunciation and just my name, and, you know, said a little bit about myself and years of service and so on. And I found myself at that first time I introduced myself, and of course was in English, and then I said, good morning, everyone. My name is Ishmael Carbajal, and I told him, but in the Rio Grande Valley, I'm better known as Ismael Saul Carvajal, and that kind of, made everybody laugh. And then that afternoon, everybody had to get up, and everybody had about 10 minutes to talk about themselves, the branch, the goals, where were they at, and the future goals, and so on. And again, I was one of the last ones. I was second to the last one, and I tell you what, it was pretty tough. But when I walked up to that podium, and again, there weren't too many of us. I started off with a joke again, and it was just really an icebreaker for myself, and everybody started laughing. Then the next time I had to get up in front of a group of peers was this past April, and we found out at the beginning of April that that everybody would be introducing themselves, and this time there was around about 225, 250 people. And so basically, it's everybody. There was a lot of us there, a lot of everybody from across the company, all branch managers, operations, your corporate officers, upper management was all there, and I think we were like second to the last table. So we had to be like 18 or 19th table, and that was very nerve-wracking because I didn't know what I was going to say. And really the spotlight was up on you because you were up on the stage on the podium, and they were filming this as well. And so my stomach was turning and my hands were sweating, and I'm just sitting there listening to everybody. And it took a while. And so by the time I got up there, I was about the second one to the last one in my group to take the podium. And I walk in, or we didn't walk in, I'm right there. So I walk up to the podium, and looking around, you're above everybody else, and the lights, the lights were on you, so you can't see people. And so it was kind of tough. And I say, good evening. I said, and mi nombre es Ismael Saul Carvajal. And I said a couple of more things after that, and everybody just busted out laughing. I know they didn't understand. There was maybe a handful of Hispanics in the room that actually understood what I was saying. Everybody started laughing, so I felt a little bit better after that. And I got like 2 to 3 minutes to speak about some goals. What was I going to do to reach these goals, and so on. But that's pretty much my experience with public speaking. I guess there is probably one more thing. We normally have a lot of meetings. There's always something, and which is not a bad thing, but it's very common for us to have 3 to 4 meetings a week over the phone, and it's very tough. Even now, it's still very tough because when you're speaking, you can't see anybody's face. There's no reactions. You're just speaking. You're speaking facts, and it's you have to learn how to speak with confidence, even over the phone. Even the most seasoned managers, sometimes you can hear the voice. It's almost like they're choking for whatever reason, and they've done this hundreds of times. So when first time I heard one of my peers over the phone, and he choked for the first time out of the 100th time I've heard him on these meetings, I didn't feel so bad anymore because I always thought it was just me. But thank you guys, and I look forward to our class and to the feedback. I really hope, I shouldn't say I hope, I got faith, and that most definitely we're all going to grow in this. Please give me your honest feedback. Please don't beat me up. But appreciate you guys, and thank you, and let's have a great semester. Have a good one. Bye-bye.